Okay.
Shall we?
Where are we going now?
The Minnesota Wild versus the St. Louis Blues.
Okay.
Before we dive into this conversation, don't forget to check out kencampbell.substack.com for more writing. Lots of great stuff there. And, check us out on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. Reviews, people. We've got no reviews still. We get tons of listens and no reviews. One person reviewed us.
Oh, okay.
Who said that we were energetic.
Really? Okay.
We're no Howie Cosell sports show. In the beginning,
Howard Cosell.
Howie is what I said.
And you said Howie Cosell. It's Howard Cosell.
I feel like I said it just fine.
No, you didn't.
You didn't even
Nobody ever called him Howie.
People
and his
called
last
him
name
Howie.
Was Cosell, not Cosell.
I said Cosell.
No, Cosell. Co. Okay, let's move on. Let's just move on. I gotta feel like if I was watching this, I'd be hitting that 10-second button every time.
every 10 seconds.
Get through this moronic chatter. Get to the good stuff.
All right. Well, let's phrase this because we got a question on Twitter about the Minnesota Wild versus the St. Louis Blues, and I think that it does a good job of encapsulating what the conversation is. Blaine Potvin _THW on Twitter at Blaine Potvin _THW says, "How does Minnesota overcome the Blues who have been dominating the Wild for the last couple of years?"
Wow, I mean, that's a good question, and they didn't dominate them this year. They went 3-0. One of them was the outdoor game. They won 6-4 and then two overtimes.
Yeah.
So it's not a total domination.
No. It's more of a minor domination.
This one here is a coin flip as far as I'm concerned.
You see, I'm a lot higher on Minnesota than you are.
I feel like Minnesota. I feel like Minnesota is that gangly guy that skates weird but gets a lot done. You know what I mean? You can't really figure out why.
Are you comparing yourself to the Minnesota Wild?
Yeah, I'm gangly. I'm gangly. I'm 5'6" and gangly. Yeah, that's me. Okay. And I said get stuff done. I don't know. I mean, you can't really put your finger on why they're so good, but they are. They're really good. I think that they've got the requisite toughness now.
Yeah.
I think that Bill Guerin's addition by subtraction,
right,
really worked in that it allowed guys like Ryan Hartman and Marcus Foligno to take greater roles on this team. And they did that. And, Marcus Foligno scored 20 goals this year.
Yeah.
And he was a force, Then they go out and get Nick Delorier. I think they've got that element to their game.
Yeah.
But to me, I mean, I'm picking St. Louis in this series, by the way.
Oh, nice.
By a very slim margin, just because they've got 4 lines that just are so solid.
Yeah. You can have 4 fourth lines. That's fine.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Here's what I got to say.
Vladimir Tarasenko is a 4th liner.
All right.
Sure.
Whatever.
Pavel Buchnevich is a 4th liner for sure. Yeah. Jordan Kyrou, Robert Thomas, who had up more than a point a game this year.
Okay, all right.
Probably the quietest, more than point a game guy in the NHL this year.
Okay, so we've already discussed that I can be at times a tad flippant.
Yes.
But here's what I will say. The St. Louis Blues have at 5 versus 5 a 47% Corsi for, good for 25th in the league. That's terrible.
Okay.
They also have a 47% expected goals for, good for 23rd in the league. That's terrible. Do you know statistically why they're winning games?
Because they're scoring.
They have the best shooting percentage in the league.
Oh, okay.
They have the best shooting percentage at 5 versus 5 in the league.
So why can't that just keep going?
Because in the playoffs, guys are putting their bodies on the line a lot more to prevent those good shooting percentages.
So everybody's shooting percentage goes down, so they'll still have the best shooting percentage.
Okay, so I was expecting that. Now, let's look at the Minnesota Wild.
Mm-hmm.
The Minnesota Wild have a Corsi for percentage that puts them at the 11th best in the league. So not bad. Top 3rd, right?
Yeah.
They have an expected goals for percentage that puts them at the 6th best in the league. Not bad. Do you know who has the 2nd best shooting percentage in the league? The Minnesota Wild.
Okay.
So the point is that the Minnesota Wild are converting at almost the same shooting percentage that the St. Louis Blues are, except that they're also getting more chances and getting better quality chances by the Corsi and expected goals for percentage. So not to get too nerdy here, but I'm taking Minnesota by a lot.
Oh, are you, eh? Oh.
Yeah, I'm taking Minnesota by a lot. The only thing that's nagging, that's gnawing at the back of my mind is that whole thing that Minnesota has not yet gotten stomped in the playoffs. That's the only thing that's nagging in the back of my mind. Well, and a team like St. Louis would be the team to do it.
They better do it this year because next year they got $12 million coming off their
14 million, I think,
14
or something.
the next two after that.
Yeah.
So they better do something this year.
Yeah.
They better bloody well do something this year because it's going to be it's going to be some tough times.
They don't have the luxury of getting smacked down once or twice before learning how to win in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's my point, is that the one thing that's nagging in my mind is that they don't have that history in the playoffs, and a team like St. Louis, big, heavy, mean, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Is exactly the kind of team that gives other teams that kick in the pills in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're a good pill kicker team. But you know what? And okay, so is goaltending a wash? Because Marc-Andre Fleury has not been spectacular.
So here's what I'll
Down
say.
the stretch, he has not been. He's won games.
Yeah,
but he hasn't been good. He's kind of not good. I think that's what the numbers bear out, don't they?
I don't think that goaltending could possibly be considered a wash. I look at it as just which Marc-Andre Fleury shows up.
Oh, but the other side too.
No, Ville Husso.
Oh, you're just assuming it's him and not Binnington, right?
I'm fairly. Yes, that is actually my assumption.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's had a fairly consistently, call it above average season, in my opinion. Okay. Right? Look, I haven't watched every game. I've watched some, right? And, so I'd consider myself moderately informed. And I'd say that he's had a consistently above average season. So I look at him as being that guy that he'll give you what you need. He'll make all the saves that he's got to make in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And I look at Marc-Andre Fleury as being a guy that can either steal a series or simply give it back.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's the series. Enjoy.
Yeah, I won game 2 and I'm giving you game 3.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't feel like goaltending could be a wash. I feel like it is either going to be excellent or terrible for the Minnesota Wild.
Okay.
And I feel like St. Louis is probably just going to have pretty decent goaltending.
Okay.
And even if Ville Husso does fail and Jordan Binnington comes in, it's not the worst thing in the world. I think he's an incredibly overrated goaltender. But I love his spot.
Is it just a given that Husso's their number one guy and he's the guy?
In my opinion, it is.
Yeah, but
in my opinion, it is.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Anyways, okay, so putting a percentage on it. What do you?
Well, I'll go the lowest I can go, 51-49 for St. Louis.
Ooh.
St. Louis in 7.
Okay, I'm saying Minnesota. And I'm saying that Minnesota, I give them a 65% chance of winning.
Okay.
Let's jump over to Money Puck. See what the other nerds have to say.
Well, if they're going by regular season, they're going to be picking St. Louis.
69.4% chance.
For St. Louis or Minnesota?
For Minnesota.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I thought you said they did all the regular season stuff. They lost all 3 games.
Yeah, it doesn't. But I'm talking about their advanced metrics for the regular season. Anyway,
well, maybe it wouldn't be the first time I've been out to lunch, and so maybe
it won't be the last.
Maybe I am.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the people. If you're watching this before we get on to the next segment, if you're listening to this, don't take it too seriously. It's hockey. We're sitting here in my garage at 9:53, just shooting the breeze about hockey. It's supposed to just be fun.
Jeez. Let's get moving.
Yeah.